have no idea what this could be. Oh, okay. What is up, fellow tiny men trapped inside glass cages? I am CosPunk, and once again I am back with another exhilarating video. I've decided to keep it on theme 2 videos in a row this time. As with the last Pop Mart Kobeni cosplay unboxing, we've got another Pop Mart Kobeni cosplay unboxing. I am a variety channel, it just so happens to have fallen that there's not much variety this fortnight. Huh. So, as you may be aware by now, I really love collecting things. And I especially love blind boxes. I positively foam at the mouth at a chance to open some sweet, mysterious plastic goodness. Last time I saw you, I was opening 8 Pop Mart blind boxes. It was 8. We had 2 Ancient Castle, 2 City of Night, 2 Yoki the Moment, and 2 Yuki the Seasons. If you want to check that out, the video is linked. I'll pop a little title card up here. I think it's up this side. Please feel free to watch that, although I'd love it if you could stay with me here for now because, gosh, viewer retention is important. So since the last video, I've actually started a really nice little Pop Mart collection. I bought a few of the Mare of Animals blind boxes, the Skull Panda ones, and they're really lovely. I also bought one of the very cool looking Space Hood series by Coolabo. These are all sort of little space themed monsters and bunny girls. They're really nice and they're super high quality. The one I really wanted the most was a figure called Darth Mouse. She's kind of like a Darth Vader mouse girl style bunny girl, not a bunny girl but a mouse sort of thing, in a spacesuit. She looks really cool. And believe it or not, I was actually lucky enough to get her out of the little single box I ordered, but unfortunately she arrived and I opened her and she was broken. Obviously this was devastating for me because not only was she the one I wanted from the set the most, but even if I was to send her back for a replacement, due to the way that the blind boxes work, it's more than likely that a replacement would be sent out of the same case, and there would be no way I could actually get her because there was usually only one of each figure per case, unless, like, it's an error box or something as far as I'm aware. Here she is, she's a little mouse girl sitting on a case. Unfortunately, I don't know if you can see that, but her nose is completely missing. She should have a snot bubble coming out of the front of her sculpted nose, but instead there's just a hole there, which is kind of not great. Now, I had wondered, was this something I'd done? And honestly, I don't think I possibly could have, purely because if you noticed, she's wearing a helmet, and it was broken when I took it out of the bag, which also means it can't have really been damaged in transport because the helmet would have protected her nose, which was underneath. So this was more than likely an error in production, which is really surprising because I was fairly sure that all Pop Mart quality control was really good, but obviously even with that there's always going to be stuff that slips through the cracks. So I decided that the best way to fix this problem was to head onto eBay and have a look at the aftermarket. Yeah, listings are like £60 each for her. So then I of course decided that the best course of action would be in fact to try and brute force my way to a new Darth Mouse by buying an entire sealed display case of Coolabo's Space Hood, which is what we're opening today. Now, the only thing I have to say here is that ordering a case doesn't necessarily guarantee one of each figure in a set. There is one caveat to that. Usually, you are supposed to get one of each figure in a set with no repeats whatsoever, but it is absolutely possible that one of the figures in the set might actually be changed out for a chase, or a secret as they call them. I think Darth Mouse would be the only one that I wouldn't be super happy about being swapped out for a chase, because I'd really like a completely mint condition Darth Mouse figure. If any of the others are swapped out from a chase, I'll probably be super surprised and happy. And if I am lucky enough to get a chase, but it does take Darth Mouse's space, I'm not going to kick up too much of a fuss about it. I'll probably just keep my old broken one as well. Obviously, the odds of getting a chase are super low. I believe it's 1 in 12 boxes. It might be slightly different because I know for the lines that have 12 figures in a box. This only has 9. It's 1 in every 144 figures is a chase, which is 1 in 12 boxes if I've got the maths right on that. So I'm not sure if it means that it's still a 1 in 12 boxes or if it's like 13 or 14, I don't know. But we're gonna crack on with opening them anyway and just see what we get. Hopefully we get a full set. Even nicer if we got a chase, but I've not got any real expectations and I should be really happy irrespective. Also, just as a side note, I usually call my unboxing videos sweaty unboxings. I'm thinking for blind box stuff, we might try out a new name. How about blind box banter? I think it sounds pretty cute. We have got some plastic wrap to get through first, so I'm bringing out an old friend. Knife Chan is back here with us in the studio. Trying to be pretty careful piercing this because I don't want to damage the box or anything. I really love display boxes and packaging, so I'm actually going to pop this up somewhere on a shelf when I'm done with it all. The art on it is super cute, and I really like the little bit of embossing we've got on the text here as well. I've seen a lot of Pop Mart videos recently, but I've not actually seen a lot of people covering this series or artists before, so I thought I had perhaps even more of a reason to make this video to show everybody the cool work in this line. Most Pop Mart figures come in blind boxes. These are actually in blind capsules. They're like big plastic space capsule style canisters, if that makes sense. I'll grab one of them out to show you. So they look like this. And it's just a little tear strip down here. I can see that none of these have been tampered with, at least from a first glance. So I'm really happy to open these and get on with it. So this is the set list. There's 9 figures to collect and then a chase. Let's open the first one of these up and see who we get. Oh, sugar. These are trickier to get into than I imagined. This is the capsule inside. You just pop the lid off, and then you've got the card inside, which we're not going to be looking at today, and the actual figure itself in another blind box. I said blind box, I entirely meant blind bag. This feels like a slightly thicker figure, so I'm guessing it's one of the bears or one of the cats. I think one of the bears though, maybe. I'm going to take a wild guess at one of the darker coloured bears. Oh, it was actually one of the cats. So you've got the cat himself there, and then he comes with his titular space hood and his blaster, and all the blasters are designed after like trainers, like sneakers, like running shoes for some reason, but they're really cool. And which way does this blaster go? Like this. This guy is super cool looking. I really like how sleek all of the designs in this series are actually. These figures are incredibly heavy and smooth to the touch. The material that they're made out of is clearly really high quality. I think they're a mix of ABS plastic. The hood itself feels acrylic. What we'll see in this series is that most of the designs are actually repeated, so there'll be a matching 2 of each design basically. So we've got 2 cats, 2 bears, 2 stood up bunny girls, 2 sat down bunny girls, and then Darth Mouse is the odd one out. So I'll just pop him on the desk for now, and we'll crack into our next space hood. So this one is stuck to the card, which isn't ideal because I don't want to see what it is. This is one of the sat down bunny girls. I'm just trying to feel which. That definitely feels like a bunny girl as opposed to a Darth Mouse. So this is presumably either the... Let me check the names. So this is either Astro Rabbit White or Astro Rabbit Tan, unless we've got the chase. So this is the Astro Rabbit Tan, and she is absolutely gorgeous. The sitting down ones come with these little cases, and they've got magnets in them, so they stay on them pretty sturdily actually. They're really nice. The detailing on these is insane, especially on the backpacks of the spacesuits themselves. There's loads of little stickers. I think that everything is scaled super nicely in this set as well, so even like the non-human characters still, well, human I guess. A bunny girl's human? I'm not sure. Even the less human looking characters are still proportionally a really nice size to the human looking ones. I've got another can out here. We'll open our next one now. So this is another one of the more non-human creatures from what I can feel. And it is, oh, it's one of the bears. This guy is super cool and fashionable looking. Actually, now I look at it, not entirely sure if this guy's supposed to be a bear or a dog. The packaging just says Gomi on it, G-O-M-I, so that's not entirely helpful. And his hood actually says Gomi on it too, so, but I don't know what animal this guy is represented off, or if he's just kind of like a unique funky monster dude. Irrespective, he looks super, super cool, and I'm really happy to have him in my collection. Capsule number 4 of 9 now. So his gun just kind of wedges in there, it just stays in with friction. He's just like the other Gomi, but he's got a slightly different pose holding his sneaker gun. I think all the colours on this set are really, really nice. Some of them are a little more muted, and they definitely feel like pretty spacey sort of colours, as well as still keeping in with the trainer slash sneaker aesthetic as well. Box 5 now, I'm really hoping to see one of the stood up rabbits. I think they look really cool. That's happened a couple of times now. What I would say is, if you're going to buy any of these, be super, super careful when you open them, because the packaging doesn't seem super well designed on these. I think the novelty of a plastic canister is kind of cool, especially for like display, but it also creates quite a lot of unnecessary waste. Like, I'm not super sure what I'm going to do with 9 plastic canisters once this is done. I guess I could use them for like Warhammer scenery or something, actually. Huh. Let's see what's in this one. Oh, okay. I'm very happy. Oh, she's not broken either. So this is in fact Darth Mouse, the one I really wanted to get a proper replacement for. And as I very much hope you can see, she does in fact have a fully intact nose this time. The details on this figure are super, super cute. I really like the idea of taking like bunny girl type characters and putting a little bit of a twist on it. So having different animals as well, as much as I'll always love bunny girls. And I think that the Star Wars inspiration is super, super cool as well. I know that in a past series, Coolabo did a lot of Stormtrooper style designs and even a Boba Fett one. So we've got 4 canisters left, and at this point we're really, really looking for a chase now. Now I've got the one I wanted. I'm not super fussed if we miss out on one of the other ones in order to get the chase, but fingers crossed, let's just see what happens. I have no idea what this could be. Oh, okay. So as well as the bunny girls in spacesuits, we also have girl bunnies in spacesuits, I guess. These are slightly more rabbity than the other girls. So these are super, super nice. They actually come with a little display base as well. So just keep in mind that these ones seem super, super fragile, even more so than general figures, and considerably more so than the rest of the figures in this line. So when you're putting the visor on, make sure you put it on from the top down. It can be a little bit tricky to work out at first, but that's what worked best for me. With the base her, she kind of looks like a weird little Warhammer figure actually, but I do love her to pieces. If I spin her around, you can see she does indeed have a little cottontail as well. I think the quite distinct change in poses with this character standing up as opposed to everyone else who's either been really short or sat down so far has been really, really nice. So if we've just got a regular set, the final one should be Astro Rabbit White, Skycat SP, and the other one of the bunny girls, whose name I can't remember. So capsule number 7 here. I did unfortunately just see the card for this one, so I know what it is, but I would have been able to feel it through the packaging anyway. This is the Skycat SP. Oh, okay. So this is Skycat SP. I honestly think he's probably one of my favorite figures from the series. Maybe even my second favorite, actually. I'm tied with Astro Rabbit White. This is a chunky little guy, and honestly, I really like the colors on him. I think he's just super, super cool. He's got his little backpack on, probably with tools in. He is suited and booted and ready for action, and by boots, I mean sneakers. So I'm really, really happy with the set so far. I'd be just as happy getting the regulars to finish off the set as I would be with a chase. No, that's actually a complete lie. I'd be ecstatic to get a chase, but I'm not going to be like gravely disappointed if I don't. Let's see who it is. Oh, yeah, okay. So this is indeed Astro Rabbit White, one of the other ones I really wanted out of this set. I honestly think the sculpts on these Astro Rabbits are some of the nicest in the entire series, and I'm really glad that I got both the white and the tan to display together. The sculpts on the two of them are actually marginally different. The legs are facing a different direction, even though the rest of the figure's pretty similar. Not a huge amount of difference on the back there, though. That leaves us with one final 9th canister to open, and this is either going to be the blonde-haired bunny girl or the chase. Honestly, I think I'd much rather have the chase than blonde-haired bunny girl, but we'll just wait and see what happens. I'm not going to be mad either way, as I've stated, but it would be nice. I was a trading card game player for many years, and we always used to talk about last pack magic when we bought a booster box, so maybe we can get a little bit of that here. Probably not, but actually, wouldn't it be last canister magic? Wait. That did not want to come off. Is this a sign? Being very, very careful not to look at the card here. Or even squeeze the figure. Last figure. Can we get the chase? Oh. Ah, no. This is just the regular one. That's still fine, though. And actually, after looking at her, I will admit this is far more to my taste from the other stand-up bunny girl we've got. I think that her hair's a lot cuter and the colours are really nice on it. She's actually really, really cute. This might end up being one of my favourites from the entire set, thinking about it. I think that there's just enough variety in the poses in each of these double sets that they look really nice stood next to each other on display. It's a really nice uniform collection, especially when everything is displayed together, the set of all 9 of them. I actually bought some really cool acrylic display stands recently. I've got a few acrylic display cases and then like a 3-tiered riser sort of display stand. I'm not sure which I'm going to stand these in, but they're going to look really, really cool in my collection either way. As someone who's only started to get into Pop Mart and more like blind box figures recently, a lot of the blind boxes I've done before were for like little charms and badges and stuff. It's really, really satisfying to have a full set on display as part of my collection, especially from a set and an artist I really enjoy. Whilst I didn't manage to get the chase today, I am far from disappointed. The sculpts on these are super nice, especially for small sort of caricatured figures. The paint detailing is great, the weight is too, they don't feel fragile apart from maybe the 2 stood-up bunny girls. If you're considering buying these, I would absolutely recommend doing so. At least from the listing I bought them from, they were slightly more expensive than the regular sort of Pop Mart lines. I'm not sure if that's something to do with the packaging or just a premium on them for whatever reason. But I don't know, what do you guys think of this series? Please let me know in the comments down below. I'd really, really love to engage in some conversation about these figures and this artist specifically. Would you guys like to see more episodes of Blind Box Banter in the future? I've really enjoyed the 2 that I've made so far. And if you guys would like to see more of it, I'd be more than happy to... Wait, what's the word? Make them. Make the videos. I've got some more really cool sweaty unboxings coming your way soon. I've got some League of Legends merchandise. I think I've got some Guilty Gear related content coming up as well. I'm also going to start making a lot of manga haul videos, manga discussion videos. And I know I keep saying it, but I do really want to try my hand at ASMR in the future. I've just got to sort of find the time and make sure I've got all the props and the proper filming set up for it, because I want to make sure that if I'm going to do it, it's going to be good. If any of that sounds good to you, please, please, please feel free to hit the subscribe button. It would mean a huge amount to me. I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers at the moment. Liking the video helps so much. And if you want to ring the notification bell, that'll let you know when any of my new videos are released as soon as they're released. I've had a great time today. I hope you have too. And with that, all that remains to be said is thank you so much for watching. I have been Cospunk, and remember to love relentlessly. God, I think I might have a problem with these blind boxes.